name is Trina White. I identify as a mother, a wife, a daughter, a great friend, and a leader. I love going on adventures and making memories with my family. I'm passionate about my career as a civil engineer in the utility industry, and I take pride in being a role model, especially to women building their careers in the fields of engineering, trades, and technology. I would describe my career as fun, creative, challenging, and very rewarding. So every day I get to work with a team of highly skilled technical people to execute projects from the initial conceptual design phase right through to construction. There's nothing more rewarding than seeing your team's design actually come to life. As a director of engineering in the utility industry, I provide oversight in multidiscipline projects that are beyond my civil engineering education. We rebuild substations, transmission lines, we replace penstocks and refurbish dams and spillways, as well as our own company-owned buildings. So a very diverse project portfolio, which I love. Early in my career, I was the technical civil engineer who did the design for a lot of our civil projects, such as penstock replacements, dam refurbishments, that sort of thing. I designed it, and then I was boots on the ground supervising the construction. So that was an amazing experience for me and so important in my career development. While the technical skills used for the design were largely learned through various courses and design codes that you learn about in college and university, construction management of multidiscipline projects is something that you're not going to learn there. So that experience combined with my educational background really helped me as I took on more progressive, responsible positions throughout my career. And what I love about the engineering profession as a whole is that it's so diverse. While my career to date has been, mostly in the utility industry, civil engineering is much more broad. It is a discipline that that generally deals with the built environment, which includes designing and constructing roads, bridges, canals, dams, airports, sewer systems, buildings, and much more. So if any of these areas interest you, then civil engineering, might be the career for you. I think the traits that my coworkers and my friends associate with me are pretty aligned. I think those traits would be that I'm passionate about my career, I'm dedicated, I'm thoughtful, I'm empathetic and personable. I'm someone that you can easily talk to. I'm always willing to listen and very inclusive. I'm very confident in my abilities and the abilities of my team. I'm a great communicator and I make people feel like they're valued. And I think all of these traits are very important in both your personal and professional life. High school, I never even knew really that engineering was even an option until my final year of senior high, when I had a discussion with I think it was one of my math professors. And after that discussion, I made a visit to my guidance counselor, which led to me taking some career aptitude tests. And engineering was in the top 3. So it was at that point in time that I kind of decided that was the degree that I was going to pursue, not really knowing fully what engineering was all about. So I registered the following year, I guess, for all the prerequisite courses for the first year at MUN. I left home from my hometown of St. Teresa's, which is on the west coast of Newfoundland, and went off to St. John's all by myself. It was scary, but very exciting at the same time. First semester was really hard. Obviously, big adjustment, from high school to university. There were many times in my first year that I questioned whether university was even for me. It was a real struggle, but I continued to work hard and I got through it. I got through that first year. And then I think it was probably term 3 of the civil engineering program when I truly started to feel that I was on the right career path. And the next 6 years just flew by, and before I knew it, I was walking across the stage, getting my degree, and was at the honoring ceremony receiving my engineering ring. So very proud moment for me for sure. then it was time to, I guess, to enter into the real world and find a job. So in August of 2005, I accepted a position at Newfoundland Power and have been there ever since. So I've been working here for about 15 years now. Fell in love with the company and the utility industry. There's so much opportunity, and I had so much room to progress within the company, which I loved. So I spent the first 2 years of my career working on the refurbishment of one of our hydro plants in central Newfoundland. That was my first big project. So I completed the detailed design for the penstock replacement, and then I actually went out on site for 7 months to supervise the construction. That in itself was such an amazing experience. I was the only female on site of about, I'd say at peak, it was probably upwards of 150 to 200 employees on site at the time. So the first few months were definitely challenging, especially trying to gain the respect of the men who had many years of experience completing these types of projects. But in the end, it all worked out, and we finished the project on schedule, which was an amazing accomplishment. And then over the next few years, I spent some time getting some operations experience through various management roles. And while these roles were kind of outside of my civil engineering background, they provided me with an opportunity to really round out my experience and prepare me for future advancement, which ultimately led me to getting promoted to my current position of Director of Engineering, which is, to me, my biggest career accomplishment to date. And what made it even more special is that I'm actually the first female to hold this position within the company. So certainly something that I'm very proud of. Okay, so it's been my experience that to make your career path meaningful, you really need to figure out, I guess, what you're passionate about. What do you really want to be good at, and realizing that this will change as your career progresses. So early in my career for me, it was learning as much as I could about civil engineering in the utility industry and building upon my technical expertise. So after I had that conquered, I wanted to explore other areas at a company to become more well-rounded and help prepare myself for future advancement, which ultimately led to me being promoted to my current role as Director of Engineering. And now that I'm here, I'm very passionate about leading my team to ensure, we successfully deliver our projects and making sure that they have everything they need to do their job successfully. And right now, there's a lot of young engineering technologists and engineers on my team right now. So it's important for me that I ensure that they get the development they need to become more well-rounded and prepare them for future advancement, if that is what they want to pursue. And another area that I'm passionate about is being a role model, especially to women in their careers in the fields of STEM. I've had many parents within the company approach me either to have a conversation with their daughter or their son about engineering, or have them job shadow a few people from my team for a few days to get a better understanding of what a career might look like in the utility industry. And I love that. Love having them join my team for the day and taking them on site visits to our substations and our hydro plants, and really help give them a better understanding of what the utility industry is all about. And all of this really has made my career path meaningful. My advice would be to figure out what you want and go for it. Seek out opportunities to learn about what a career in STEM is all about. If you know someone who has a career in STEM, talk to them, be curious, ask questions, job shadow them if you can. Or if there's a STEM summer camp or a mentoring program in your area, seek them out. And with technology these days, there's so many opportunities to connect with people. So really use that to your advantage. And all of this will really give you a better understanding of the industry and if it's something that you might be interested in. My advice would be curious, try new things. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's how you learn. Challenge the status quo, and don't be afraid to voice your opinion. We need more women in STEM and skilled trades because they give us a different perspective. And at the end of the day, if you decide that a career in STEM is what you want, then go for it and don't look back.